As you listen to the sound of the bell, relax your body and quiet your mind. And feel the vibration of the bell through your body. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Whether you are sitting here on site or joining us through online or through our YouTube streaming, welcome everyone. And we are so glad that you made a choice to be sitting here and spend your Sunday morning with reflection and meditation. And so we will begin our service with 20 minutes of sitting meditation, and it will be followed by stretch chanting. And today's Dharma talk will be given by Reverend Ginger. The title of the Dharma talk is Watching, a Path to Silence. So after the Dharma talk, we will have some time to think about how we want to live our new year and write down our New Year's resolution. And then we will practice prostration. Prostration is practiced especially in traditional Buddhism, like Tibetan Buddhism or in Jogye order in Korean Buddhism. But you can practice prostration as a way of meditation itself. And each movement of lowering your body, you can use that each movement to drop your thoughts and the attachments that you have to that thoughts. So today we will offer just 40 bows, and Reverend Yu will guide us. So before we begin sitting meditation, let's stretch our body just a little bit. So inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, stretch to one side. Come to the center, inhale. Exhale, stretch to the other side. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, arms down. Slowly rotate your head and neck. And feel the stretching on your shoulders. The other direction. Now open up your chest, arms stretching back, chin up. Inhale. Hold your breath. Exhale. Arms come forward. Inhale. Hold your breath. Rounding your back. Exhale. Hands on your knees. Rotate your waist slowly. The other direction. Now you can stretch your legs out in front of you and massage your knees with 2 hands, the size of your knees. And flex your feet. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly come back. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly come up. And exhale. Now please adjust your body either on a cushion or in a chair for sitting meditation. Sit with your preferred sitting meditation posture, so with your lower back straight and chin down. Open up your chest. Relax your whole body. Now Kathy Wan Ji-yeon will guide us to the sitting meditation.
The method of sitting meditation is simple and easy. Sit comfortably on the floor or in a chair. Breathe in, grabbing all your tension, and breathe out. Open up your chest and heart. Stretch up tall and align your spine from your neck to your tailbone. Relax your shoulders and arms, and then allow your hands to rest on your knees. Bring your attention to your breath. As you exhale, exhale with gratitude, releasing all your mental and physical tension. As you breathe in with trust and acceptance, and invite your attention to abide in your chi energy field, which is called the Danjan. This is located about 2 inches below your navel and is the power center for your breathing. If your face or body begins to itch, do not scratch. This is just a sign of the energy circulating in your body. Simply note the itching and let it pass. If your legs ache unbearably, you may change position very slowly and quietly so that you maintain a calm stillness and do not interrupt others. When thoughts arise in your mind, do not be discouraged or disturbed by them. Simply focus on your breathing without reacting to or playing with those thoughts. Recognize them as thoughts, and they will disappear by themselves. Remember to keep bringing your awareness back to your Danjin breathing center. If you continue practicing meditation for a long period of time, you will rest in the realm of samadhi, deep meditation, in which the mind is calm, concentrated, perfectly focused, and at peace, with no distinction between self and others, time and place. We are grateful to sit quietly together, finding the still point within. May we be here now, aware of our ever calm and alert spirit.
You can sit comfortably and turn to page 6. Turn to page 4 in your chant book. We'll now chant Ilwon Sang Vow and the heart strum.
일원상 vow. 일원 is the realm of samadhi beyond words and speech, the gateway, birth and death, transcending being and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth's parents, fellow beings, and lost the true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened master, sun, enlightened people, and sentient being. Ilwon manifesteth with permanence and impermanence, possess permanence. Ilwon unfolds into an infinite world that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just steadied, possess impermanence. Ilwon unfolds into infinite world through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe, and the birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies. In the four forms of birth, we transform through the 6 realms of existence, progressing or regressing with grace arise from harm or harm from grace. Therefore we unawake beings bow to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after Ilwon's the Dharmakaya Buddha by cultivating our minds and bodies deeply, knowing human affairs and universal principles thoughtfully, and using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, and receive grace rather than harm, until we attain the great empowerment of Ilwon and become one with the nature of Ilwon. Heart Sutra. The Bodhisattva of great compassion, when deeply practicing Prajnaparamita, realized that the 5 aggregates are empty, and thus became free from a suffering and distress. So Shariputra form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is the same is true of sensations, perceptions, impulses, consciousness. So Shariputra, all dharmas are empty. They do not appear, disappear, or not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease in emptiness. No form, no sensations, no perceptions, no impulse, no consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no form, no sound, no taste, no consciousness, no ignore, nor extinction of ignorance, no old age and death, nor extinction of them, no suffering, no cause of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path, no wisdom, no attainment, nothing to attain the bodhisattva, realizing prajnaparamita. Therefore the mind has no hindrance without any hindrance, no fears exit free from delusion, one dwells in nirvana. All Buddhas of the past, present, and future rely on prajnaparamita in it. Supreme enlightenment, therefore know that prajnaparamita is the great mantra, is the great enlightening mantra, is the unsurpassed, unequaled mantra, which is able to eliminate all suffering. This is true not first to proclaim the prajnaparamita mantra, which says gone, gone, gone beyond, far beyond, now awake. Gate, gate, bara, gate, barasam, gate, bodhisvaha, gate, gate, bara, gate, barasam, gate, bodhisvaha, gate, gate, bara, gate, barasam, gate, bodhisvaha.
Today we are happy to have Reverend Ginger for today's Dharma talk speaker. Please welcome Reverend Ginger. Palms together.
Good morning. Last Sunday on January 1st, we held the New Year's celebration service. About 70 people, 3 times bigger than this group today, gathered here. As far as I can remember, it was the biggest group we'd had since 2021. This year, my job was to lead the program. So on Sunday morning, I found myself standing before the podium, getting ready to make the opening statement. All of a sudden, I felt my heart beating fast. I was nervous. I knew that if the nervousness occupied my mind, my voice would start to shake and quake, and I might not be able to be present with my whole being. In that brief second, I said to myself, I am nervous, and this is because of an anxious mind. Then I breathed a few times deeply. I imagined that from afar, I was watching myself as a person who was standing in front of a room full of people. This allowed me to intentionally disassociate myself from my anxious mind. As the big bell reverberated with its deep sound, I sensed that my mind was being settled calmly. What I did for those moments was to be aware of what was happening, noticing my beating heart, and watching my anxious mind. I did not ignore or deny my bodily sensations and anxiety, but instead I acknowledged how I was at that moment. Through this process, I was able to release those intense feelings and I became free. So, what did I do to recover calmness? I watched myself from the third person point of view. I call this watching. This morning, I'd like to talk about the process of watching and what it has to do with recovering the original self. So, what does watching mean? Watching is basically seeing, but it is not just seeing with physical eyes. Rather, it is seeing with the eyes of consciousness, consciousness seeing with wisdom eyes. When we watch our arising minds or bodily sensations, we create distance between ourselves and what is happening in our body and mind. We come to understand that our true self is not our thoughts or sensations. In that empty space, there is another me watching what is going on. Silence is also found in that empty space. The One Dharma Center begins each day with communal meditation practice at 5:30 a.m. Each morning, right here, I sit in meditation with other Kyomunims, while the sound from the big bell ripples its waves in the hall. I help my body settle. I breathe through my lower belly, focusing on my Danjan field, my Chi energy center. Everything becomes still. But soon after, a thought arises. I watch the thought. I just watch it without reacting or analyzing it. Then the thought disappears. Silence remains, and everything becomes settled again. Another thought emerges. I notice it and watch it again as though I am watching a motion picture on a screen. I simply watch it from a distance. Then the thought flows away. Silence remains. Sitting meditation is the time that we focus on the space between one thought and another and cultivate silence, the origin of our true being. Have you wondered about where those thoughts are from and where they go? Apparently, they come from nothingness and disappear into nothingness. What would construct nothingness? It is silence, stillness, and equanimity. This silence is no different from my true being. Let us consider the conversation in the Diamond Sutra between the world-honored one, the Buddha, and Subhuti, his supreme disciple. Subhuti asked, "Now, in what manner may we explain Dharma to others?" The Buddha answered, "By detachment from appearances, abiding in real truth. So I tell you, thus shall you think of all this fleeting world, a star at dawn, a bubble in a stream, a flash of lightning in a summer cloud, a flickering lamp, a phantom, and a dream." This is my favorite line from the Diamond Sutra, very poetic and direct. If all things with forms are like a star at dawn, a bubble in a stream, a flash of lightning, a flickering lamp, a phantom, or a dream, then how much more ephemeral are thoughts, which are formless? During sitting meditation, most thoughts spontaneously pop up within a few seconds. If you watch them with curiosity, it is quite marvelous to see the nature of thoughts, their spontaneity and persistence. But what I want to point out is not the thoughts themselves, which are popping as though at the edge of a needle. What I pay attention to is the stillness behind those fleeting thoughts. As we all experience, thoughts constantly come and go. Yet, as long as I detach myself from them, quietness is observed. The simple act of watching makes space between my thoughts and my true being. Eventually, silence reveals itself. Not only thoughts, which are the function of mind consciousness, but the other sensations of eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body have their foundation in emptiness. During sitting meditation here, not only do I watch thoughts, but I also watch sounds. Since the One Dharma Center has a big family, there are always sound sources from many directions during early morning meditation, especially from people. Someone coughs, while the other sneezes. And once in a while, someone's got to move their body, making swish, swish sound. Sometimes, just one person alone makes all sorts of sounds. These sounds could be bothersome if viewed through the mind of like and dislike. But if you calmly watch them, you'll know that they are nothing but the vibration of air. And if you keep watching without reacting to them or being attached to the thought of like and dislike, you'll see that what is beyond these vibrations. It is stillness. There is quietness. This is why the great monk, Korean monk, Chi Nul, asked his disciple in the sutra the secret of the mind cultivation. Do you hear anything beyond a crow cawing and a magpie calling? The disciple answered, No, great master, I do not hear anything from my true nature. Beyond any kind of sound, there is always this silence. This is true for other sense organs and their perceptions as well. Although you may think that what you see, hear, smell, touch, or what your mind is conscious of is something real, it is the silence existing behind what appears to be that is real. I remember one moment from during my childhood when I looked up at the sky and sensed pure silence embedded in that empty space. I intuitively knew that the universe was serene, and so was my spirit. There was no difference between the serenity and myself. The Heart Sutra boldly says this truth: form is emptiness, and emptiness is form. It also says, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, and no mind consciousness. All five aggregates which construct us are negated in that sutra. Not only that, the world we perceive as concrete reality is also disproved in the sutra. It reads, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind consciousness. The world is empty and so are we. This realization secures our freedom of mind and cures all suffering caused by our own thinking mind. But if our existence is denied, then what's left? It is emptiness, silence, pure awareness, and light. We are from that truth. When we are watching, everything returns home to the truth of silence. This all sounds great, right? So, what do we do with the truth of silence? We can apply this understanding as we conduct our lives. Master Sotaesan, the founding teacher of Won Buddhism, urges us to use this truth no matter what we do. In Dharma words on Il-Won-Sang, he says, this Won-Sang, the one circle image, is to be used when we use our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind consciousness. It is perfect and complete, utterly impartial and selfless. The shape of a circle is round, and our true self is also well-rounded. Neither have pointy edges nor indented parts. Let me read Sotaesan's Dharma words once again, and this time replace the words one circle image with the truth of silence. The truth of silence is to be employed when we use our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind consciousness. It is perfect and complete, utterly impartial and selfless. I hear this sentence telling me, let the circle move your body. Let silence lead your mind. But how? Have a third-person perspective. Observe your thought from a distance when it arises. Watch the sensations of your body as if they are happening in someone else's body. Find the space between you and all the other things that are happening at that very moment. By doing so, you will be detaching from appearances and abiding in real truth. Contemplating this has helped me understand that real me is not my thoughts of like and dislike, feelings of good and bad, or wavering from the emotions of joy and sorrow. This physical body is a precious vehicle, and yet it is not my true self either. Anything arising and ceasing is a temporarily borrowed tool to be used in order to progress our spirituality. When we are fully awakened to this truth, we can release any attachment to ourselves into the Dharma realm of empty space. Thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations will lose their power to govern us, so we can employ them properly when needed. The great sages are the ones who know their life's purpose. In the scripture chapter Buddhahood, it says, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas may take this universe as a resting place where they temporarily live in peace, as a workshop where they take up the task of the day, or as a playground where they pass the time leisurely and freely before moving on. They are able to do this because they know the silence underneath. Knowing this truth is not just counterintuitive, it is revolutionary. Just like the discovery made by Galileo, the mathematician and scientist. He found out that the earth revolves around the sun, not the other way around. Once he knew the truth, he courageously objected to the conventional thinking of the time that geocentrism was true, even at the risk of his own life. But unlike Galileo, we do not need to risk our lives to confirm truth. we can simply adapt the awakening to our practice. If we do so, we can comfortably have an observer's viewpoint that will become the scaffolding for a new paradigm in our spiritual practice. We are originally complete. Nothing is lacking in our true mind. When we are able to enter the realm of silence, it is possible to look upon ourselves with a compassionate Buddha mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Ginger. Her Dharma talk today leads us back to the first item of the essential dharmas of daily practice. Let me read it for you. The mind is originally free from disturbance, but disturbances arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the equanimity of our true nature by letting go of disturbances. So while I was listening to the Dharma talk today, I was thinking, wow, it's so wonderful that everyone sitting here is walking towards the same direction, toward the place where everyone is connected and meet there in our true nature. In that place, we are all one, and we are all one family, and we are all free from suffering. And some might be walking faster than others, right, on that path, and someone might be a little slower than others. It doesn't matter how fast, how quickly we get there. What matters is, I think we are on the way. I like when she said the physical body is a precious vehicle, and yet it is not my true self. Okay. Thank you again, Reverend Ginger. And now we are going to take some time to pause and think about what will make the best of our new year, and write down our New Year's resolution on the paper in front of you. So we will make 2 copies, one for yourself, you can bring it home, and one you will put it on the altar after you finish writing it down. And we are not going to read it, so don't worry. And put it in the envelope in front of you and write down your mailing address, and we will send it this year, probably in August, to remind you of your New Year's resolution. Okay.
There's a Korean saying, New Year resolution lasts for 3 days, but my teacher told me, if we renew our mind every 3 days, you can accomplish what we decided to fulfill. So that's why at the beginning of the year, our founding master asked again and again to write down your vow to attain great enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. So you can take time. The bamboo is hollow, but it grows very tall. Do you know why? Because there is a joint. So this beginning of the new year can be a joint, a turning point. Renew your determination, whatever it is. Especially, you are not supposed to write down many things, just several that you really, really would like to accomplish. can take time to write. When you're finished writing the resolution, which you put the paper in the envelope, you can put that at the altar. Yeah, thank you.
If you're done, you can stretch your legs before we practice prostration. Massage your knees.
Okay, thank you for writing the spiritual New Year resolution. Making your determination in your mind is one thing. Write that down on the paper is another thing. Write it down on the paper for yourself is one thing. Submitting that to the altar, which represent the universal truth or your true self, is another thing. So I sincerely hope you can carry out what you promised to your true self. Some of you may think bowing meditation a little weird, but in Tibetan or Zen tradition, prostration or bowing meditation is a very, very popular form of a meditation or prayer. When we practice sitting meditation, we place our awareness usually on our breath or bodily sensation in order to let go of all our wandering, delusive thoughts so that our true nature will be revealed. When you practice the chanting meditation, the medium is the chanting phrase, the voice. As for bowing meditation, because of this repeated movement, we can let go of our thinking mind. What is the origin? What is the root of our thinking mind? Lots of unwholesome desire may be the foundation, or those unwholesome desires as well as the thinking mind, that the root is our sense of a self or the ego. Let's just say our ego is on here. So all the obstacles, especially on the spiritual practice, basically originated from our ego, our sense of a self. So particularly in the Zen priest, when they encounter lots of internal obstacles, then before the Zen session, they prostrate 108 times. So let me show you the posture. Many of you are already. There are many ways to offer bowing meditation. This is what we do in our tradition. Gather your feet together, knee as well as your knee, and then in this way, kneel down first, keeping your back erect. And put your palms, both of your palms together, and put your head, especially your lower back, as low as possible. As low as possible. And then, in this way. If raising yourself up is hard, you can support your head. Let me show you again. This is 1, 2,
Kneel down.
3,
Your hands and your forehead to the ground.
4.
And come up.
This is one cycle. Han Kyung-hye, Korean artist, when she was born, she was diagnosed to have a cerebral palsy. Even when she was little, she could not speak or walk properly. How could we study in school? one Zen master recommended to prostrate every day 1,000 times. It sounds like almost the impossible task, but she and her mother had a very strong faith in the master. After she did that, I did 1,000 prostration in my early 30s, just for the sake of curiosity, not for special purpose. It takes like 10 hours. She prostrated 1,000 bows every day. After 3 and 4 years, she could speak in a normal way. And she could walk just like a normal person. What she discovered when she was a junior high was her concentration really got enhanced. She entered a very distinguished university. She studied art, and she's an artist, but these days she's more working as a motivational speaker. For the benefit of bowing meditation, in the foyer, I put this, so you can see this hard copy. Yeah, you can see, watch the YouTube video later. So Kathy will read that comment, and you can bow on the floor, or you're not comfortable, you can bow, make the standing bow. Yeah, does not matter.
With this bow, may I collect my one mind. With this bow, may I empty my mind. With this bow, I repent from my unskillful actions this past year. With this bow, I repent from the unwholesome use of my mind and body this past year. With this bow, I empty all my regrets of 2022. With this bow, I am humbly aware of the seeds of suffering that I planted. With this bow, I am also grateful that I planted some seeds of happiness and peace. Dharmakaya Buddha, Fourfold Grace, I repent my many ungracious moments. I bow to the grace of heaven and earth. I bow to the grace of parents from my past, present, and future lives. I bow to the grace of fellow beings. I bow to the grace of laws.
Thank you, Reverend Yu. It was a good exercise. I'm sweating now, and my heart is still beating. So if you think you need a little more exercise in your daily routine, you can add this to your daily exercise. This is good for the muscles in the legs and in your spine. And this is not about necessarily a religion or a spiritual practice. I've met a Catholic nun who was practicing this 100 bowing practice for many years without, according to her, without skipping a single day. So, no, no way. It's good exercise, yeah. Thank you. Did you like it? Yeah, I have a few announcements. So next week, from Friday through Monday, One Dharma Center will have a New Year's retreat. Reset your mind, recharge your body. So you can register through online. I'm so happy to and also another retreat coming in the end of January, from January 30th through February 5th. This is a 7-day retreat. Simply meditation retreat. You can also look up online for more information. And I have a good news. Debbie, our member sitting back there, Debbie's granddaughter, Arabella, called RSV. It's a respiratory virus for a baby. And the doctors said, doctors that did not think she would make it. And we got a text message last week. And yesterday, we got another text message, and Debbie said she recovered and was discharged. So the ministers will offer the prayer for the baby after this service. So everyone is welcome to join.
Yeah, one another announcement. From mid-February, from February 16th, I and the Reverend Bob at the Denver One Buddhist Temple co-teach One Buddhism Canon, the principal book of One Buddhism. If you'd like to learn and practice the Buddhism or One Buddhism or those basics, you can take that. So the scholarships are available at the One Institute. You register within 2 weeks. You can just pay $150. Okay. For the specific information, you can visit their website or see it. So Jesus said, "The truth will set you free. You shall know the truth, and the truth will." We have to learn. We have to study the truth first. So in order to guide your practice, your life, it helps. This course might be of great help. Thank you.
Thank you. And if you'd like to receive our newsletter through email, and especially if this is your first visit to the One Dharma Center, please write down, leave your email address on the sheet at the foyer. And One Dharma Center is sustained by your donation. Your donation is always appreciated. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. And this concludes our Sunday Dharma service. See you next week.